What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal, episode 34. Um, Today was my secondary push day. Pretty good workout, solid, felt a great pump. But there is something that I wanted to talk about today specifically as a topic. I don't always have something to talk about, sometimes I go off on tangents, but today I wanted to talk about the fact, well, maybe not a fact, but to really be successful in something and feel completed and um, whole, I guess, you have to fall in love with the process of doing whatever it is, whatever goal it is that you're chasing. And specifically relating it to fitness, it's so many people are goal oriented with their weight, their body weight, their bench, squat, deadlift, with whatever goals they have in the gym, and they're so focused on the end goal that they don't value and cherish the journey there or the people that they reach that journey with, or they're on that journey with. And I really think that this is something that I learned in the last few years, where it's like the end goal is cool, but if you don't truly enjoy your way there, who you're with and what you're doing, and truly fall in love with that process, you're always going to feel empty on the way there. And then when you get there, because you realize that life goes on, like you achieve this goal and it's like, well, I've achieved this, what else? What's next? But their life goes on, it continues, and it keeps going and it keeps going. So if you're not truly enjoying the process of getting in shape, being in shape, and then challenging yourself even further, it's not going to be sustainable. I've seen so many people fall off, and myself as well, when I fell out of love with powerlifting and with strength training for a while, because quite frankly, I didn't like my physique, and it led me down this path of I was consistently trying to do it again and again, and then I realized that I don't need to force myself into a powerlifting competition just for the sake of doing it when I'm not enjoying the process of getting there, because powerlifting training is much different than what I'm doing now, which is a mix of bodybuilding, like, stuff, like specific movements that are not going to directly contribute to adding poundage to my total. There's a mix of stuff that's going to improve my physique and then also contribute to those primary lifts, but it's not all going towards that. And that's what I want people to understand, where it's like I forced myself, I feel like, almost to have to compete, because that's what was closely identified to, or that's what was most closely associated with my identity, was powerlifting, being the strong guy, competing for years and years. And then when I felt kind of lost, when it's like, well, I'm not doing this, but I don't have to train for this. All that matters is that I myself am enjoying training and am deriving some sort of value out of this training. And as soon as I got out of that mindset of feeling like I have to do something, or feeling like this needs to lead to something in training as well, I started enjoying training so much more, because I realized this is just for me, like I don't have to do things a certain way to please anybody, because at the end of the day, nobody's living for me, living in my body, like this is something that I enjoy doing, and whether people like that or not, they're just gonna have to deal with it. And there was no resistance. It was all, at the end of the day, this is all um like in my own head, in your own head, of pressure, where it's like nobody's gonna judge you. You'd be surprised at how much support you actually have when you stop being an enemy to yourself. And that's something that I had to realize on my own, where just like all of this pressure is intrinsically created, where none of it actually exists. Like it's just something that I do to myself. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can just start to enjoy where you're at in life, and realize that the top of whatever it is that you're chasing, it's not that's not going to make you happy. It might make you happy, the money might make you happy, the fame, whatever it is that people chase, but in reality, it's the process of doing it with people that you enjoy that is going to be the most fulfilling and satisfying, in my opinion. Right? This is my opinion. So that's at least how I feel, and I feel like, if you feel the same way, then maybe or maybe if you don't feel the same way, and this is something that you needed to hear, that I don't want to say enlightened you, because that's kind of like a holier than thou type of statement. But if I added something to your life, then I'm glad that you watched the video. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for legs. Goodbye.